Welcome back, all our 40K fanatics out there. I'm DJ.
I'm Lane.
And we are here with Tim's Nation to bring you the third battle in our tournament to crown the first champion on the channel. And there is progress towards the title. It's progress.
Towards the trophy?
Towards the championship, whatever it may be that we'll be fighting over. And fighting over against others who will come over to the channel as well. We have a whole bunch of stipulations that'll be done with this, and you'll see that more in the second round. And I said a lot of times last week, the second round of the tournament, it was actually the second games of the first round. This is the third game of the first round, featuring Death Guard and Necrons. These are the third factions that we have selected for it. So still one more round to go after this. But today, it's all about robots and bugs.
Robots and bugs? What?
I mean, you're covered in bugs.
Oh, we're not bugs. We're just gross.
You're gross.
We're sick.
Machines. March of the Machines and March of the
bugs.
Means. I ain't got nothing for this one. I really don't.
We should have planned this out before.
I know, right.
Hey, surprise, guys. Most of them do this on the fly. So.
Exactly. And for more surprises, subscribe to the channel. Turn on the bell and get notified on all the content that we bring you here on the channel. It's crazy. That's the best I got for that.
That'll have to do.
All right. Let's just move over into the armies that we're bringing here today. Let's start with that. Lane, talk to us about your Death Guard.
Today's Death Guard list has just so many characters, guys. I have Typhus. I have a Lord of Virulence, and he has the 1 enhancement because I had 10 points left over, the droning on him. We have 2 Foul Blight Spawn and 2 Biologus Putrefires. Somebody's borrowing one of my Foul Blight Spawn, so I just have a third Biologus Putrefire model that will be representing the other Foul Blight Spawn. And then I've got 2 Death Guard Sorcerers in Terminator armor. Then for Battle Line, we have 2 10-man bricks of Plague Marines equipped with close combat weapons. We've got 2 Death Guard Rhinos to move those Plague Marines around with. We have a 6-man squad of Death Shroud Terminators. We have 3 Fetid Bloat Drones with Flesh Mowers. I got 1 10-man squad of Poxwalkers. And then for allies, we have 3 War Dog Carnivores. DJ, what are you bringing today?
All right, here we go. The harvest is back. The Canoptek Harvest, the Canoptek Court detachment is returning. A little lighter in the battle line units, but we're bringing some more Canoptek. So, some returning favorites. We have our 3 Canoptek Doomstalkers, 2 6-man squads of the Wraiths, 3 2-man squads of the Spiders. You know I love them. 2 of the Canoptek Tomb Sentinels. And now the newer units, 2 of the Scarabs, 2 6-mans of the Scarabs returning. I know they've not been a very popular choice this edition. We're going to see what we can make happen with them today. Then we have 2 Technomancers. The tall little dude's going to be the one with the infiltrate capability. And then we also have 2 of the Crypt Thralls. They're going to be joining the Wraiths up here today. And then we also are bringing a Psychomancer, something that has not been seen really at all amongst Necron armies this edition. So we're gonna try us a little fun with it.
What's he do? What's his...
Exactly. No, that's a... Yeah, exactly. What
Psycho,
does he do?
You never know.
He's crazy. He's crazy.
He's a crazy guy.
Just like our intro. He's crazy. He's wacky. He's flying by the seat of his pants. No. So one of the things with the Canoptek Court, 2 of the strats, one of which is my ability to give you a judgment token, Curse of the Cryptek. When you kill a Cryptek, I can give that unit basically a judgment token. +1 to hit, +1 to wound on that. So versus some bigger targets or targets I might not, you don't have as many that I would directly target this for, but things like Magnus, Angron, stuff that's big and tough that I might have difficulty with, Shalaxi, what I think is how she's pronounced, things like that I might have trouble with, I can go run that 55-point model in there, force you to kill it in combat, and then spend a command point. Now my whole army has +1 to hit and wound against that thing. On top of it, his abilities don't require line of sight. The ignore cover stratagem doesn't require line of sight. And the Scarabs need a Cryptek near them to get +1 OC, which in some situations I'm not going to... I will have Technomancers to be nearby, but I may need to go on into other ports of the game. The Psychomancer is really nothing for combat and shooting. Yes, he's got a gun. Yes, he's got a combat profile, but that's not what we're here. He ain't orking. But he'll be able to float back there and give those, if I have 1 or 2 Scarabs left that aren't really doing much, I can send them back over to him while I'm rebuilding them and he can give him 1 OC to be able to hold an objective. So there's a couple little things with him. He is, I believe, the cheapest of all the Crypteks. There is one thing, though, I do have to check. I believe that one of the things I didn't say in my video, and I'm thinking back to now, I believe I had 10 points left over, and I am going to be trying out the enhancement today, that basically if you charge one of the other squad that doesn't have Infiltrate of Wraiths, I can roll a dice and do mortal wounds to you when you charge me.
No, okay.
It's 2 through 5, D3, 6, 3 mortal wounds. I have to double check my points because I was looking at that. I was like, I think I had 10 points left over. So I was like, okay, I'll just throw this on that unit just because it's extra damage. All the other enhancements were like 15 points. I'm pretty sure I did, but when we go and deploy, I have to double check that. I was just thinking about that now. But yeah, that's pretty much it. A lot of it's Canoptek units you've seen before. You know what the Wraiths do. Scarabs.
Those thinking spiders do.
You know what the spiders do. Scarabs, they've been a lot of people are sour on them, I being one of them, because of the fact that previous editions, they were the tar pit. I think in the Canoptek Court, there is possibility of them be doing something else outside of the tar pit that I'm looking to try today as kind of a counter-offensive. We'll see if that plays out and if that works. A lot to do with how the Canoptek Court functions, the rerolls, and 6 attacks per base lethal hits on rerolls could do something.
And they can blow up too.
Yeah, they can explode. That's always awesome.
So
But
what is it? You can blow up one and it's just D3 mortals?
But it can end up being it's D3 mortals, and I think it's just D3 mortals. I think it's like one.
I think it used to be better, but then they reduce it.
It might be D3 plus 3. Let's just take a second here.
It seems like way too many.
Well, here, you know what, sir? You can hold this because this is yours for this round. And while I'm looking this up real quick, so with you at the Death Guard, what are some things that you're hoping to see today? Did you tack a little bit into Necrons, or is this still kind of staying in the middle grounds for right now?
No, this is the Death Guard list I've been having fun with just because I usually play super shooty armies, and this is a mostly combat army. There's a little bit of shooting in here, but it's mostly just fighting. So things I want to see today, I've got War Dog Brigands, 3 War Dog Brigands. These are the close combat Chaos Knights they're allied in. Now, they don't give off the contagion, so to help them out, I've got 3 bloat drones, fetid bloat drones with the flesh mowers. So basically, they're going to pair up with each other. So the bloat drones will give the contagion to the targets of the War Dog carnivores. So they're going to be buddying up and going out and having little adventures and fighting things and having a good time. Other than that, we've got a few key utility characters. We've got 2 of the sorcerers and Terminator armor. So they're going to deep strike. They're all by themselves. Once per game, they have a really strong shooting attack. They have a decent psychic attack, but they get +2 strength and +2 damage once per game on that. So they're just going to drop in, do some damage, maybe score me some secondaries. I'm hoping because I have lots of smaller units, I don't need the Nurglings because I cut the Nurglings out to give me a few extra points for the Poxwalkers and the bloat drones. But other than that, it's basic Death Guard stuff. I'm hoping you go first again so I can rapid ingress the Death Shroud Terminators. That's the big hope, I guess.
I think the biggest thing you'll miss the Nurglings for is secondaries.
Yeah, and again, like I said, I have like the rhinos. The bloat drones are only 90 points. I don't mind if one of them does an action or something. They're still giving off a contagion if they're doing an action. I've got the individual Terminator characters, the Poxwalkers. I have lots of little things that can do.
And you do
actions.
have deep strike. It's not like you're all on board, which is something I've noticed in the past with like some of the lists I was running. And that's where the Sentinels come back in, where I like having the Sentinels in there because not having anything to deep strike. And I mean, there are armies that can do it, but with the way that the Canoptek Court plays, not having anything that can deep strike really begins to get rough with the secondaries. Yeah. So, and I did look it up. It is flat 3 for the 6, but you get plus if I'm blowing up against a vehicle, I get +1 to the dice roll. No. So on a 5 or 6, I do flat 3 mortal. Sure. But then with the spider nearby, I can just scarabs back in there if that ever happens. As much as I've run spiders, I have yet to use a spider to put a scarab base back in 10th edition. The scarabs usually go forward and you usually hold back your spiders till later in the game. But yeah, and that's why it's like, well, it's there. I mean, we'll see if it happens. Yeah. All right, you won the last matchup, Lane. Let's do this. So that means I roll, you call? Yep. Okay, here we go. Even. And it is odd. So, Lane, you will defer to me. I'll deploy first.
Yeah, I'll have you drop first.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to play the game. Let's do this. And we are deployed. Lane, why don't you talk to us about what we are doing today?
We are playing the glorious game of Warhammer 40,000. And today we are using the Dawn of War deployment. So, hamburger? No, hot dog style. Hot dog style deployment. Our primary mission is Sites of Power. So for this one, each objective we control, we get 3 points for. For each one in No Man's Land, we get an extra 3 points if we control it with a character model within range of the objective. And our mission special rules is Vox Static. The CP reroll stratagem and the New Order stratagem cost 2 CP this game. There's a 97% chance that we forget about that throughout the game.
60% chance you forget 100% of the time. All right, so deployment. So this is important first. I am actually taking fixed secondaries for this one. I will be taking Bring It Down and Assassinate. Lane has an abundance of characters.
8 characters to be precise.
So I just need to kill 5 of them.
And 8 vehicles.
And yeah, so the vehicle part of it, I would have to basically wipe all of them out, I believe, to get max on that.
Yeah, I think it's 21 points.
But with a lot of them coming running into my face, that's going to be something I'm going to try and do. And with Lane not having a lot of long-range fire, it means that my Doomstalkers have a chance of rolling all late into the game. So that's a positive for that secondary. So that's what we're going to do. So this way we just have to focus on primaries and worry about everything else.
Oh, you know what? I was wrong on the wounds of the vehicles. I thought these guys were 9 wounds, but they're 10 wounds. So every vehicle is 3 points. So 24 points available.
Oh, excellent. Okay, so I'm going to have to kill all the vehicles, but pretty much. Like, I mean, we get close to just all the vehicles to have it happen. All right, so back here, the Doomstalkers are in position to get into different firing lanes, depending on who goes first and what happens and what lane decides to do. So they're all ready to line up and start taking shots downfield. The Wraiths here are situated on this objective. They do have a character with them, so they could easily rush right into the middle and get a character on the center objective if I want to start playing that game. Lane's got some threats to come back, so I probably won't, but at least they're in a good position for that later. And they got their little scarab buddies behind them. We got spiders laced out around the table to be able to make sure we're giving the feel no pain to our Doomstalkers and provide some fire support. Then over here, these Wraiths were the ones that had infiltrate, and they're able to get up on this objective. This is probably one that I'm going to be trying to ding for Sites of Power for most of the game, so that as Lane tries to push his vehicles into me, I can just shoot, and score points. All right, that's pretty much... Oh, and Mr. Psychomancer back here. All right, Lane, what do you got?
We don't want to get shot by the Doomstalkers. I think they're going to be my biggest problem in this game. I think I'll be able to chew through the Wraiths. Not immediately, but it will take me a couple turns. But the Doomstalkers is going to be difficult for me to get to them because I don't have much shooting that can hurt them. So that's going to be a challenge. So I deployed conservatively somewhat, so I don't want to get shot right away. But we're ready to move out there. The Carnivores have a 14-inch move, so I can get out onto objectives relatively quickly.
All right. And then you have, in Deep Strike, I have the Sentinels in Deep Strike, both of them. And you have the Death Shrouds, and Typhus is with them.
6-man Death Shroud with the Lord of Virulence. Then Typhus and the 2 Terminator Sorcerers are just solo Deep Striking characters.
Oh, interesting. All right. So, Lane, you said before you're kind of hoping that I go first. You're looking to go second?
Yeah, show me another 6, DJ. It's been your thing.
Let's see. No, not this time.
Oh,
Lane.
I'm going first. Curses.
See, that's what you wanted. All right. Well, we do not have any scout moves. So we're just going to go right over into Death Guard, turn 1.
Okay, so I pull, deploy Teleport Homer, and capture enemy outpost. Great for turn 1. We just scooched everybody up a little bit. The Rhino is up here, not on the objective. The deploy Teleport Homer is in the center, as you just have to be within 6 inches of the center, so he's not on the objective. Because I don't want him to... well, DJ's got like a strat or something for ignoring cover if you're on objective, I think.
Yep.
Some shenanigans, yeah. This carnivore moved his 14 up here. DJ spent his CP to counter move 6 inches away with these wraiths. I still do have a 9-inch charge because we're treating these little pieces as if vehicles can move over them. So I have a 9-inch charge to get in there. And he does re-roll his charges. So I'll do a tiny bit of shooting, and then we'll see what happens next. All 3 of my War Dog carnivores fired their indirect fire at this character. For every single one, I rolled 1 on the number of shots.
And he hit with all of them.
And did not wound with any of them.
Rolled a 1 or 2 for the wounds.
Yeah, so no damage done in the shooting. Failed my charge here. The carnivores get to re-roll their charge, but couldn't make the 9-inch on either roll. And that's it. That's all the business I got going on. On to my turn. I will discard, capture enemy outpost for a CP, so I'll start DJ's turn with 3.
So we are doing fixed secondary, so we're looking for assassinate and bring it down. Those are where our points come from. So early going, it's going to be vehicles. So I don't want to get too aggressive. Just stay back, hold my 2 objectives for primary, and let Lane kind of play the game and let the game develop from there. So, and first things first, there's one Doomstalker that sat still, and the other one moved. And we're drawing right down here into this Rhino. We also have spiders to help us back that up as well to make sure we get that. And then the Wraiths and Scarabs and everything are just ready to counterpounce. Over here, this Doomstalker scoot back a little bit, so he will have to roll he'll have to roll his force to hit, but he's going to be shooting into that bloat drone that's hanging out of there. Now, I did not achieve Power Matrix in the center yet, so we won't be re-rolling to hit over here with these Wraiths, but we already started some damage on this Carnivore here as we flew over it and got it down to 7 wounds just on mortal wounds off the Wraith's little Wraith flight ability. So,
DJ likes to tell me how the Wraiths are not undercosted, but he did 5 wounds to my Brigand, or my War Dog, in the movement phase. So, yeah, we'll see.
Listen. They're just good. So that's going to be it. We're going to do some shoots and see if we can't pick up this Rhino and hurt that Brigand some more, the Carnivore. So the shooting and assault, we kind of rolled those into one because nothing really affected the other. So we shot over here at the floated bloat drone with a Doomstalker, and we're able to do 1 hit for 3 damage to it. Then over here in the center, both of the Doomstalkers were very efficient in picking up the Rhino. Lane did go Cloud of Smoke, or Cloud of Flies.
No, Pop Smoke.
Oh, you popped Smoke. Okay. So he made them -1. It was -1 to hit. He got cover, everything like that. But wasn't enough, and we were able to pick up the Rhino. Lane positions, only one of my spiders was able to shoot in there, and he did, thank goodness he had re-rolls, so he could actually hit. And he didn't do too bad, actually, for those 1-round shot. He finished off a Marine that took damage from the Rhino dying and was able to take another one with him. So we took 2 Plague Marines out of there. Then over here, the tail of the tape over here. Well, we shot, did really nothing. We charged, dropped him down to 1 wound. And honestly, the most damage that was done was by the Scarab exploding. So that was about it. The Carnivore swung back and smacked the Wraiths, and the Wraiths said, "Ha ha, I have a 4-up invuln," which is something that happens sometimes with Wraiths where it's just like, "Ha ha, I have a 4-up invuln." 4-up invulns are amazing. I love them. So it's not too bad. He's got 1 wound left. My secondaries are bringing down Assassinate, so I'll get the points on that here soon. I did get 3 points for blowing up the Rhino, and that's going to be the start of how things go for me. We're going to shift this over into late. Oh, funny thing. Let's talk about this real quick. So my Psychomancer used his ability to make the Carnivore take a battle shock, and he failed. So he's battle shock, and Lane was like, after I attacked the Scarabs, Lane's like, "I'm going to spend 2 command points and interrupt." And I said, "No, you're not. You're battle shocked." Over here when I shot, "I'm going to spend command points and Cloud of Flies." "No, you're not. You're battle shocked." That was because of the Rhino, though. So, but the Psychomancer has claimed his first ability usage of stopping the interrupt with the Carnivore. All right, that's all. I said my piece. Passing over to Lane and the Death Guard turn 2.
So we pulled Defend Stronghold and Investigate Signals. So I'm just dropping in these guys to investigate signals in little corners. So that's what we're doing. We're investigating places, and then we're converging on these dirty Wraiths. And that's really it. I still have my Death Shroud Terminators and Deep Strike. We'll see if they have a good place to go next turn. So that's it. I'm going to do a little bit of shooting. Probably not really much at all. And then we'll start punching. Shooting did not do very much, so we just kind of skipped past that. Charge into these wraiths here, and because wraiths are wraiths, 2 wraiths died and 2 crypto thralls died. So that means 2 flesh mower bloat drones and the carnivore were only able to pick up 4 total models. I don't like the wraiths. Good scoring for me. I got 6 on investigate signals. Defense Stronghold will score at the end of DJ's turn.
I got another 3 on Bring It Down because I blew up a scarab and finished off that carnivore.
Yeah, DJ. Oh yeah, DJ finished off that carnivore that had 1 wound.
I just blew up a scarab and said, "We're done here. We're done." All right, so finished our movement phase. A lot of stuff happened. This is where a lot happened over here. So this Doomstalker sat still, so you can get +1 to hit and try and hopefully slow up that carnivore because that carnivore is real quickly going to get approaching on me, and I don't like that. These spiders hung out back here because I may need some help here in a bit. And then over here, we moved the wraiths to center to tag the center objective. We have 2 OC on it, so we will grab that. And now we have a power matrix in the center. And then we just moved everything else up. These Doomstalkers are in position. They're going to be able to shoot at those Marines or shoot at this floated bloat drone, depending on how things go. Now, over here, beginning of the command phase, Psychomancer used his ability, and the Carnivore failed its battle shock. So that gave me this objective. We brought 1 Wraith back, and then healed it with the Techno back up to full health. Scarabs were within 6 of the Spider, and the first time ever this edition, I was able to put both the bases back that I blew up. So we're in a decent position to be able to pick up both of those Carnivores here. And yeah, that's going to be it for my movement phase. That's the end of my movement phase, Lane.
Well, I'm rapid ingress.
That's the yeah. Why do you have models in your hand? I haven't killed anything yet.
Ingress rapido.
Do you know where you're putting them out? Or are you
over here? I'm going to put them on here because nobody will be able to shoot them. Put the character there just to give me points, and then be able to.
All right. So you're going to be putting them over there, just tagging the objective, get the character for the extra points, and call that an ingress. All right. Well, time for me to do some shooting since it is still technically my turn, even though you're putting models down. All right. So very, very lot of stuff went on in the shooting phase. Very interesting. So over here, I'm actually going the opposite direction of the way everything went. So let's go over here. Let's start over where the action started. So we started with the spiders. Shot at the carnivore and did nothing. I think they did nothing. No, they might have 1 devastating wound because he was at 3 wounds, so he went down to 2. So we did 1 into him. Then we shot the pistols from the wraiths into the bloat drone that was untouched and did a little bit of damage to him. And then we took 1 of the Doomstalkers and shot at the bloat drone, being able to put it down to 3 wounds. So we got a lot of guys are all beat up over here, which makes me very happy since I have no presence on the other side of the field. In the middle, we had another Doomstalker shoot and beat up some Plague Marines. Then we had the pistols we shot, beat up some Plague Marines. And then we had the Spider shoot and beat up some Plague Marines. Now, what Lane did here, he chose the Contagion to reduce my weapon skill and ballistic skill by 1, not -1 to hit. So because he was reducing the ballistic skill on the Wraiths, that put them on a 5. Then he used Cloud of Flies on these guys, so then they were actually getting hit only on 6s from the Wraiths. Very, very tricky. And then over here, this last Doomstalker shot at the Carnivore and was able to put 1 hit through to do 3 damage. So that's it for the shooting phase. On to the charges and punching some stuff. Well, yeah. Should have spent the command point and tank shocked to guarantee the kill. That was my bad. So he's still alive with 2 wounds. We did pick up the other one, the bloat drone, so we got another 3 points towards Bring It Down. And that was it. Race weren't really able to do much more onto it. This one over here has how much left on it? He's got 3 wounds left. So we will get these guys. It's just a matter of when. And then over here, the Wraiths, we lost 1 due to the fight first. And we only picked up 1 guy in return. So there's still 2 guys and 2 characters left. So
I spiked my armor saves real hard on that one.
Yeah.
I made like over here 7 out of 8 4-ups.
And then what was it? Like I put like 4 or 5 on you on 5-ups over here. And you saved all those 2 on the invulns. So ouch. So yeah, I haven't gotten any character kills yet, but I'm at least picking up the bring it down points. And we were able to score decently on primary because of my Psychomancer. He's crazy. All right, kick it over to Lane and see how he answers back.
I pulled secure no man's land and behind enemy lines. So we should have behind enemy lines. We moved up here. We're going to try and punch this Doomstalker in his stupid face. And we've secured 1 for no man's land, and then we're going to try and charge in here and wreck these Wraiths. So...
Excuse me, sir, your battle shock chip. Forgot that.
Yeah, no, he failed his battle shock again. He managed to not fail his desperate breakout when he fell back. The boat drones have fallback shoot and charge, so he fell back. He's going to charge the Wraiths. And this little sorcerer came up, and he's ready to mix it up with these Wraiths, too. He's definitely going to kill them all by himself. You can do it, little man. Yeah.
I'm going to spend a command point and rapid ingress.
Sounds terrible.
One of my centipedes.
Sounds terrible. Where is he going? Do you have a...
somewhere over here,
okay,
so I can be able to move him and get him possibly on an objective.
Yeah, you may adjust that.
I got to adjust it a bit.
Okay. On to my shoots. So in the shooting phase, these Death Shroud managed to only pick up 1 of these Wraiths. And then over here, little Psychic Terminator Sorcerer picked up 1 and got 1 down to 1. I popped off his 1 big shot this turn where it increases his strength and damage. So got 1 Wraith, got 1 down. 3 Wraiths left. I don't know if we'll be able to finish them off. We're going to try because it's fighting time. It's time to make some charges. Try as hard as we might, we cannot bonk these stupid Wraiths. So DJ did pick up 2 in Overwatch from the Doomstalker because they Overwatch and hit on 5s. He rolled 6 on his number of shots.
Plus blast,
yeah.
So it was 8 in total.
Yeah, so he picked up 2 of them, and then we weren't able to really do much to the Wraiths. Because the Wraiths, and over here, we managed to get this Wraith down to 2 wounds, but didn't quite wipe the squad, so he gets to reanimate there. So, didn't take the objectives, either one. I got behind enemy lines, because I've got more than 1 unit back here. That Wraith is not up there. That's not Wraith.
Yeah, it is.
Take it away, DJ.
He's there.
And I secured 1 man's land in no man's land. So
1 man's land?
Yep, a single land in no man's. No single man's.
Would that be an island?
No man is an island, DJ. So
well played.
So that's the end of my turn. On to DJ.
We're doing some good damage to take out the vehicles, but I'm not doing a lot of work to pick up the characters. So that's something I gotta change here this turn. Unfortunately, still got a lot of vehicles in my face. So we did get 15 on primaries, which is very nice. And now we're going to get into position and try and do some damage coming at him from this angle. So the Doomstalker stayed in combat, only healing back 1 wound. And he's just going to shoot over here at the this bloat drone. And that's probably what the spiders are going to do as well, too. They're just going to shoot at the bloat drone. We're going to try and pour some fire into there and hopefully pick that guy up. Over here, we are kind of coming off our home field objective. It's only worth 3 points as the game continues, even if I have a character on it. But we'll see. If we somehow can pick up on the charge and take out the carnivore, then we'll just fall back and tag the objective with the spiders afterwards. So we'll see how that goes. Now, as far as the reason being is because I moved the Doomstalkers in position. So 1 Doomstalker is going to shoot at the Turbies. We fell back with the Wraiths, still staying on the objective. And then this Doomstalker right here is going to shoot at those Marines. So hopefully we can get a good hold on center field. Also moved up the Scarab so that we can charge the character that's going to imminently be left alive because he's still tough with a lot of wounds. Now, we did rapid ingress 1 of our Sentinels, and he's coming around the corner to take out and eat some Poxwalkers. Now we brought in our other Sentinel over here to start putting some heat onto those Plague Marines. I won't be able to get my rerolls, but I will have Blast, so we'll see how that goes. And we get +1 AP since he is on an objective marker, and Sentinels have that rule. Then over here, we stayed in combat, and then we separated the Scarabs out, spread them around, so that we can charge and take out the Carnivore if need be, or we could charge back into the Sorcerer. And then we got the spiders in position, and they're going to pour shots into that sorcerer and see if they can't hurt him a bunch, and then charge into the low drone that's got 3 wounds left. Now, hilariously, this little Psychomancer has a 3 damage shot. So he's going to shoot and try and take out the Carnivore first. That's actually going to be the first thing we're going to do. We're going to roll that first. Let's see if the Psychomancer has been
You want to put that on camera?
the bane of Lane's existence on that left flank. So he hits on 4s. He is a Cryptek, so Power Matrix. Oh, sad. Out of everything to go wrong. Sad. Okay, we'll do the rest of the shooting and see how it all pans out. So some weird shooting. All in all, I'm satisfied with it. Some stuff I was hoping a little bit more, but we still got more damage to go. So over here, we'll go this way today. So the bloat drone is down to 2 wounds. We put the Doomstalker and the spiders in there, and he's still got 2 wounds left. Ugh, but he's there. Over here, Sentinel did decent. Picked up 4, considering he had no rerolls. He picked up 4 of the Plague Marines because they're on the objective, so giving them -1 to their save. Over here, he picked up 5 of the Poxwalkers. Okay, we're going to charge in there in a second. The sad part was, and this is my fault because I split shots and I should have just put both the spiders into that guy with 1 wound left, but I failed to pick up either of the characters at that point, which, that's rough. The Deathshroud Terminators did nothing to them at all from the Doomstalkers, which, I mean, I've had some heavy hits with them, so I can't really complain on that one. More or less, the characters is what sucked because I really needed that. Now over here, nothing really happened. We missed. We shot at the character, only did 1 wound to him. Shot at the this dude, nothing really there. So yeah, not a whole lot to go off of. So now we're going to do some charges and see if we can't do some work in the fight phase. All right, so end of the combat. We lost the Doomstalker here. Weren't able to pick up the Carnivore. Got him down to 3 wounds, but were not able to pick him up. In the middle, the Scarabs successfully took out 1 of the Death Shrouds, losing 2 in the process, 1 to the Death Shrouds fighting back, because that 6-up save, you don't make those. So we lost that guy there, but you know what? We're picking up Death Shrouds with Scarabs. I'm happy with that, and we're still controlling that objective, which is nice to say. Over here, the Wraiths finally went away. The mower was able to pluck the last of the Wraiths off of the table, and we did not take out the oh my gosh, I've been saying it right the whole time. The floated bloat drone. Weren't able to take it out of the spider. So those things did not go well. What did go well? Scarabs ate the Carnivore over here. So that was very well. Very good, very good. So combat wasn't that strong for me. Looking at it hindsight, though, Strength 8 going into some of these Toughness 9 and Toughness 10 things, I can't expect much. So the other things went nicely, though. Oh, we do contest the home field objective now with these Poxwalkers, because at this moment, until they Battle Shock, because our Centipede was able to eat a couple of them. Centipede doesn't do well in combat, but he can eat Poxwalkers. So, all right, that is the end of my turn, and we're going to kick it over to Lane in his turn 4.
All right, so we pulled Extend Battle Lines and bring it down. So I'm losing lots of models here, but I do have the ability to score some of these secondaries here. So we're going to try to kill some of these dirty little Sentinels. Hopefully they go away. So we move the Sorcerer up here so we can take shots at the Sentinel. These Plague Marines are going to be able to put some damage onto him too. We're going to do some stuff here. We can throw grenades with the Foul Blightspawn, and then the Biologist Putrefier can throw grenades for free. So hopefully we do some damage to this guy and maybe pick him up. And that's about it. Typhus came out to play. He's going to play a little bit. And then the Bloat Drone over here fell back, so you can fall back, shoot, and charge. And we'll see what the shooting does. By some miracle, we managed to get rid of this Sentinel here. Spent 1 CP to throw grenades, and then also use the Biologist Putrefier's free grenades. So we put some grenades into him, and then between the Flamers and the Hyper Blight grenades, we're able to finish him off. It was
a lot.
These guys fired their Flamers into combat because they are pistols into the Scarabs and killed a bunch of the Scarabs. Put a few wounds onto this guy. This Sorcerer did his overcharge thing and did some damage here and some shooting from the Plague Marines. So hopefully we finish him off. And then this guy just this Sorcerer did a couple wounds to the spiders here.
1.
Yep. And then Typhus did Typhus things and puts a couple mortal wounds onto the spiders there. So we're going to see if we can finish them off. Plague Marine swung hard and killed here. The Bloat Drone picked up one of these spiders. The spider failed to hurt the Carnivore, but the Carnivore also did not get anything through on the spider.
We stand there. We stood and danced.
Yeah. And then here, a little bit of fighting exchange, picked up one of these spiders. And then the Wizard died to the spiders. So
I got an assassinate.
DJ picked up his first assassinate score. I did get 8 for Bring It Down because I killed a bunch of vehicles, and I extended battle lines because I hold this and I took back my home field objective. So good on secondary for me. So on to DJ's turn.
This is definitely a character hunting turn. So we did some reanimations, did some healing, which means that we got spiders back. So this spider came back. He's just going to start fighting the Carnivore. Over here, we move this Doomstalker back so we can take back my home field objective marker, which I didn't lose, but it was not mine, and try and take out this Plagueburst Crawler. Yeah, it was Plagueburst Crawler in my backfield. How did that happen? A floated Bloat Drone. He stayed still so he can get the full complement of shots going into this character. We did move the Wraiths over and finished off the last of the Death Shrouds just to leave the character alive. So now the Wraiths here are probably going to try and swarm and take out some of these characters over here. See if we can't finish off some of those. Yeah, the Plague Marines will probably pick me up, but that's okay. I need to kill characters. And then over here, we brought the Scarabs over, and we're going to just clean up this guy. Again, brought another spider back with 1 wound. And then my Techno is going to heal up that spider over there. So that's about it. Let's do some shooting. Decent shooting phase. Good shooting phase because everything happened that I want to. So Doomstalker failed miserably. Spiders did the work. They finished off the Plagueburst Crawler, the floated Bloat Drone. Over in here, this Doomstalker though, he understood the assignment and he took out that character just as expected. Put the pistols and the Staff of Light into character with 1 wound left, and thank you, Staff of Light. Needed something with a little bit of better ballistic skill. Man, that -1 ballistic skill has been, and weapon skill has been super rough. And nothing happened over here. Just we're getting ready to charge. I just want to show you what the Scarabs look like going in. That's all. That's pretty much it. So we got some charges, and we'll see how that turns out. So got our characters. We got our character kills, which I was getting kind of worried about. We did manage to pick up this dude over here, that last character that had 3 wounds left. What was that guy? What was that guy over there?
Foul Blightspawn.
Foul Blightspawn. We got him. And then over into here, we did pick up the floated Bloat Drone with the Scarabs. Lethal hits on the rerolls. Was able to finish him off. We did blow 1 up for 2 damage and left him at 1 wound. Over here, Carnivore kicked his buddy out. He didn't like that a friend came back. And then this one's stuck. Out of his Feel No Pains, he stuck 3 out of 4 of the damage. So he's still around. And he hit him back. He's got 1 wound. So it's an epic struggle over here. So that's going to be the end of my turn. Turn 4. We're almost. I think we got our assassinate points. We'll just finish out and make sure we got those max, and we'll hand it over to Lane in his turn 5.
So I had assassinate and engage on all fronts, and we just played right through my turn here because I didn't have much left to do. Tried to kill these guys to get down to the character there, but didn't. I got the Wraith down to 1, but there wasn't quite enough damage. If I had the CP to do the sustained hits, we might have pulled it off. And then when this spider got to fight first, and he picked up the carnivore that was there. So that's it for my turn. DJ is now capped out. Bring it down, and he just needs to kill one character to cap out assassinate. I scored nothing on secondary this turn.
All right, so finished out, we were able to cap our secondaries. So bring it down as Lane put. We did finish off the carnivore, and then this spider came back, went home, and just hang out on the objective because I didn't want to lose him. I thought about it. I probably should have ran him over there to fight Typhus, but I didn't really think it was necessary. We shot Typhus, the Doomstalker, just got 3 damage. Over here, we moved to center with this Doomstalker and then moved the spiders up, and we're able to finish off the little Psyker. He had 1 wound left. That was the primary one. So that gave us Assassinate. So we capped both of those out. Now, right now we're looking at 1 score, and it looks like, oh yeah. And then these guys fell back. Spent a command point on them to
Auto pass
Battle Shock, so I didn't lose anybody, and sitting on the objectives, which means we have 3 on there. But there's 2 little Plague Marines there, giving him a 4-3 control of that objective. Now, we are looking at 100 points here. So what we did...
No, you got 98.
We could, yes.
You have 98.
Yes.
But for some reason, these guys can't hold this objective. If something were to happen to them that causes them to not be able to hold the objective, then you score 100.
So what we did is we advanced our Psychomancer. Yeah, that's right. The Psychomancer. And he's within 18 inches at the end of the shooting
But
phase.
DJ, he can't see them.
He doesn't need to. And now we're going to just let Lane finish out this game and roll. He's going to take this Battle Shock for these guys at -1.
All right, here's the Battle Shock. Oh, it's 15. I'm good.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be nice?
All right, here we go. I think I need an 8. That's a 9.
Oh, he does pass it. Oh, okay.
I stymied your 100.
Yes, you did. Definitely did. So it is the game is done. The game is over. And the final score, Necrons 98 to a Death Guard 75. All right. Catch us over in the post game. Here are our thoughts on this matchup. And the Psychomancer, he's crazy.
He was big in this game.
He was crazy.